Inconsistent.
That's my camera.
It's just funny. We'll leave us like that. That's a perfect size for us, actually. Just stay right here.
Did that work? No, it's the other way. Nigga, that's retarded.
I wanna see you out that door, baby.
That's a good way to start. Here we go with the swinging dicks, the swinging mics. My shit is forward, your shit is forward. We're testing. Stop talking. Yeah, you can't hear the air, right?
No.
No.
Story. I don't know the words.
And it feels
Like home. So I'm assuming you saw it.
bitch. There was a lot going on.
Did you see it or not?
First of all, why are you yelling?
Listen, bro.
I saw it, and
It's the best movie of the year so far. Hands down.
I have a lot to say about this shit.
Oh, that's good. That's what we hear.
We're talking about Deadpool. What up, motherfuckers?
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler
'Cause
alert.
we ain't holding back.
We are not. We're done. Once we see shit together, it's all
It's
hands
open
off.
season.
So there was a lot of references that I realized I don't remember this shit.
Oh,
And
that's funny.
I'm not as Marvel inclined as you are. I didn't grow up reading the magazines. You know what I'm saying?
Magazines.
Comic books. You know what magazines I was reading? No,
He wasn't reading.
I wasn't reading. I was picture books. Picture books is my highest ever kid. Anyway, so there were times where I was like, well, that obviously came from another movie or reference, short reference. My favorite reference was the Spock reference.
Oh, at the end.
I was like, oh God, how did they even bless us nerdy Star Trek fans? Like,
well, that's a famous scene from the movie.
it is.
Yeah.
So like,
They even redid it in the new movie.
I mean, that's back Kirk days, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they redid it again, so it's like a signature move, right? The whole whatever. So without knowing some of the full references and having to like talk to JJ afterwards and like break it down, I only like 2 or 3 things, but I was like, this movie was what we haven't had in a long time. Really good writing.
Yeah. And we were asking for these we were asking for a universe where they had characters from all these different movies come together, and we never get it. You know what I'm saying?
Like an orgy fest.
Yeah. We just got Spider-Man a few years ago to come into a Marvel movie, right? With not Tobey Maguire. What's his name?
The other guy.
The
Damn.
kid. What's the kid's name? Tom.
I don't know artist names like that.
Tom.
If I know them, that means they've been around for a minute. You know, Brad Pitt.
Okay.
I can't go past that. You know what I mean? Matt Damon.
So we just got Spider-Man. Then they got the Spider-Verse movie, whatever. You know, then they brought some characters from Sony, the Sony movies, which was like that's why everybody loved it. It was like, oh, we thought we would never see these characters again, and now they're back. And I think maybe that's what Ryan Reynolds saw the reaction to people watching Spider-Man, and he was like, I could do this. I could one-up this.
Because Ryan Reynolds produced some of this movie.
He's the reason why this thing even exists.
Wow. Okay.
Because he's been asking for it forever.
Right.
And they finally gave it to him in the Wolverine movie. I don't know if you remember. He was just, his mouth was shut, and he had a whole bunch of like tattoo marks on him.
Damn, you see, that's just one of those moments where I blank out.
So they gave him a character. He asked for this character. They gave it to him, but then they wrote it, and they ruined it, and everybody was like, "This is the worst. Why do they do that?" You know, but that's because people that don't read the comics wrote it. They're trying to write a movie. They don't understand the comics. It's almost like how we feel about Star Trek Discovery.
Right.
Where it's like,
to the
bro,
wrong people.
what are you doing? Give it to the fans. We got mad ideas, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it feels like.
So there was okay, so there's that part. There's the part where it's really good writing, and I was talking to JJ and some people that it really has to do with like the fact that the writer strike, the actor strike, like there's been this void. But then I went and took it a step further they brought gay jokes. They were making fun of gay.
They were making fun of it.
They were making fun of gay when it was funny to make fun of gay. Gays were laughing.
They said the word retarded.
They did say the word retarded. So I bring that point up because I'm like, we haven't had that. And I was asking the question. I was like, DEI, whatever it is, DYI, whatever the color, diversity, all that shit. Inclusion. I was like, I think it's, and I think Joe Rogan, PBD, all these popular podcasts were talking about how I think that shit is dead. I think those things are dead. Companies are firing, getting rid of programs with DEI. They're looking for, they're using a new acronym, people who are qualified. It's an acronym.
So they're just regular. We're going to go back to regular. We're going to call it something else.
No,
and that's what it was. Just hire whoever's the best for the job.
Diversity. Now it's like, I forgot the acronym, but it's like, no, you're specialized in this. We're looking for quality in employment inclusivity, whatever it is. Yeah. So I think, the notion is, we're tired of this like bullshit. And so when I saw this movie, I was like, they're making fun of gays. This movie would not have flown a year ago.
5 years ago, it wouldn't exist.
2 years ago, it wouldn't have. It would be on media. It would be Downing is whatever, this, that, the other case, maybe Downing. I mentioned Downing for some
Downing.
So I like that part. I think people are with it. They're hearing the audience laugh at it. You know what I mean? I mean, there was, when you watched the movie, how many cheers did you hear?
Oh, I couldn't. I wasn't even paying attention. I was so into the movie.
I counted
literally the movie started until it ended. It was nonstop entertainment. There was never a moment I was like, "Oh, this part's boring."
Yeah. It's true.
It was nonstop, bro.
So with that whole diversity thing, I think it's great. We're making fun of things that, are people's feelings gonna get hurt? I don't know, but I don't think the vast majority of us care anymore. Just fucking deal with your feelings.
Just give me something good.
Give me entertainment. Yeah, My gosh,
I don't want to be taught a lesson every time I put the movie on.
The other thing is that's unique to this Marvel particular franchise is it's the only one that curses, right? Or violent, bloody.
Definitely the only one that's bloody. And it starts off insane, and I think it's the only one that has an F. I think maybe one other Marvel movie says one F word, but once you put two F words, it's automatically R-rated. Did you know that?
Really?
Yep, 2 F words, automatic R-rated.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, because they knew the rules.
So you get away with one.
You get away with one.
Fuck! Yeah, that's our one.
You get one for a PG-13.
Don't say that shit now.
Yeah, this is also going to be R-rated. So, I was watching something and Ryan Reynolds or somebody else that works in the industry was like, we told him that once you say 2 F words is R rating, he knocked it out the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
He just right away. FF.
The scene where he grabs Wolverine's bone in the beginning.
Oh, it's such a good end.
And then jams it into the crotch and starts
slide. So good. Or when the guy's bent over and he has one claw in his ass and the other guy's crotch and he's going back and forth between the two.
Yeah.
Bro, non-stop.
Seriously, and it's the only Marvel. Here's my other question. It's the only Marvel movie that breaks the fourth wall, right?
Yes.
And what does that mean?
That means that he's talking to he knows he's in a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody else knows they're in a movie. He does.
No one else knows. No. They're living the movie. They're acting it out. He's like,
yeah. That's like, imagine we're talking to a guy and he's here and he's just looking at the wall and talks to the wall like he's in a movie. And we're like, what the hell is this guy doing? But that's why he says things. It's funny because he says things to the characters in the movie, but they never pick up on it. Right. He's like, I'm Marvel Jesus. And he's like, what the hell are you talking about? All right, whatever.
They could think he's Marvel Jesus.
Guy, what is Marvel? What is that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's good.
Yeah.
What did you think of the ending? Because they did like a little in memory of. That's what it felt like.
I loved it.
The in memory of right after like the credit started and you saw the little box.
I loved it. That was one of my favorite parts.
Too.
I was like, oh my god!
I started crying.
I was like, this is beautiful. I'm gonna say this is beautiful.
You started crying too.
I did not cry. But I did think it was good. I was like, this is good. This is a good way to honor this. Basically, these universes are dead. They're never gonna come back, and it's just a good way to kill them. Like to be like, all right, this is a good send off, because from this point forward, Disney owns X-Men.
Yeah.
So there's not only they own X-Men, they own Fox.
Yeah, both.
You know what I'm saying? So there's no more Fox. It's all going to be all Disney from this point forward.
So
the next time we see Wolverine, I doubt it's going to be Hugh Jackman. It's probably going to be a new guy.
Right. Well, I was saying how, I mean, that Hugh Jackman we saw was AI incorporated, right?
The Hugh Jackman we saw?
Yeah.
No, I think it was him.
No, definitely CGI in there.
There was little things here and there. Like, you know, when he went back to the past, the little Wolverine.
Hilarious. When he did the Deadpool fighting scene and they were jumping through the streets, getting to the end of the bus.
Oh, yeah, CGI.
CGI. Completely CGI.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can't do that.
Can't do that shit.
But
if I'm not mistaken, there was a scene where they went in where he was younger. Right? I feel like there was a scene where he was younger and it was like, oh, this looks AI, like enhanced.
Yeah.
Younger version of this nigga. So I don't know. I could see them.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, there was a point where he was jumping, trying to find a Wolverine. And some things they showed, I was like, oh. Like, when they showed Wolverine with the yellow and brown suit, that he was going to fight the Hulk.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, that suit is so nice. And as I was watching, I was like, they're going to waste this suit on this little scene. And they're not going to get the suit
ever again.
But then we got a better suit. And I was like, this is great. I love it. This is the suit we all wanted.
What did you think when he put on the mask?
Oh, great. I loved it, bro. I was like, finally, we got a proper Wolverine.
It only took all these years.
Yeah, it's like, I'll never forget watching the X2. Everybody's wearing all black. I was like, why they don't wear a uniform?
Yeah.
They're all just wearing black. And I was watching something a long time ago. They were like, at that time, The Matrix was a popular movie. So they wanted to ride the black leather look, you know? But yeah.
What did you think of Blade?
That was probably my favorite.
Why?
Because it was the first Marvel movie I ever saw. I think Blade was the first one ever. You know?
I think you're right.
Yeah. So watching Blade. I tried watching Blade recently. Like last year. I tried watching the first Blade, but the CGI is horrific. There we go.
Oopsie.
The CGI is horrific. So I was like, you know what? I stopped it. I was like, I'd rather leave it in my memory the way I have it and not tarnish it with this new, you know, bad CGI version of it. You know what I'm saying? But
I thought this was cool. But you should have had the helmet on, right?
Yeah. But another funny scene, this one so good. When they finally go to the world, I forgot the name of that world, where the TVA sends people when he erases them.
You saw the low-key thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when Chris Evans shows up and he's wearing the cloak on his head and you hear his voice, I'm like, oh my God, Captain America's in the freaking movie. What the heck? That was before I knew all these freaking people were going to show up in the movie. I didn't know about anything. I intentionally stood away from everything because I wanted to watch it fresh. So I thought, oh my God, they got freaking Captain America in here. I can't wait to see their interactions, you know? And then when Deadpool's like, oh my God, he's going to say it. And then he goes, Avengers, and then he goes, flame on. I was like, oh my God.
So I think everyone thought, shit, Captain, everyone did. Everyone was like, fucking, how they bring him back? How do you explain? Well, easy, it's a TVA, so he went to the timeline. Yeah. But when the nigga said flame on, was like, what?
So good.
And then when they murdered him, like,
oh yeah,
sucked the life out of it. It was like, oh my gosh, they're just doing whatever right now. Yeah. Like, there's no respect for these titles anymore.
But
so you really think that all those characters are dead? Elektra, right? Elektra, was it?
Yeah, there's no reason. They're not going to give him another franchise. They're not going to do that. They're probably going to... Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, is probably going to do... I think they're going to do a Secret Wars. If anybody knows comics, you know what I'm talking about. Where they take all these different universes and they put them to fight each other.
Okay.
So I think that's the last time we're going to see... Because at the end of it, they make one universe. They erase all of them and they just make one. And I think that's what's going to happen with Marvel. They're gonna add. That's how they're gonna add X-Men and Fantastic Four.
And maybe it's Loki who became the fucking machine that's managing the timeline.
Maybe. But you heard about Robert Downey Jr., right?
So
Yeah.
let's go on to that real quick, and then we'll wrap it up because I know you guys are tired of hearing us.
Let me say this though. Elektra is from, I don't know if you remember the old Daredevil movie that she was in.
The old one with J-Lo's Ben
Affleck.
Affleck. I swear every time, every fucking time.
Jennifer Affleck.
They're still together, okay? They're still together.
And so when she showed up, I was like, "Oh my god, that's insane that they got her to come in. Like they convinced her to do this movie.
So dope."
And then when
it's easy to convince with y'all.
And then when Wesley Snipes showed up, that was to me again. This is my favorite one was Wesley Snipes because his character goes so well with Wolverine and Deadpool. His power ability, he basically just fights, and if he gets stabbed, he kind of heals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's slower.
And that's what made the Wolverine Deadpool fight so good. Because they were just stabbing each other without dying. It was
Niggas woke up, one was tied up, the other
so
one was
good,
knocked out.
And
when they started fighting, I was like, fucking, that poor Odyssey. That poor Honda Odyssey. When they started, I was like, oh my God, they're going to fuck this minivan up.
You know what's funny? Me and my wife were looking at cars because we were thinking about getting a minivan. And that's one of the cars we're looking at.
You should. That's a great car.
I hear good things.
It survived fucking Wolverine and Deadpool. Shout out to Honda.
And then when Gambit showed up, what's the actor's name?
I had to look him up. I was like, it's the Chippendales guy.
Yeah, what's his name? I forgot his name.
Channing Tatum. I know I'm saying that wrong.
So for years, there was rumors that Channing Tatum was going to be Wolverine. I mean, that he was going to be Gambit. And that they were going to make a separate movie with Gambit.
They should have.
And that they were going to use that to introduce the X-Men. That was the rumor for years.
Never happened that way.
Never happened. So when he came out as Gambit, I was like, this is insane. Because there's a point where they're all talking about their old universe. And Gambit was like, I feel like I was born here. Because the universe is basically, the idea is this. The Elektra Daredevil world doesn't exist anymore. Those movies are gone. So she got sent there to die. Same thing with Blade. They don't make those movies anymore. So his universe is erased. He's there now. So Gambit was like, I was born here because his movie never got made. It was just conversations, them trying to figure out how they're going to do it, and they never made it. So when he was like, I was born here, they asked about his dad and stuff. He's like, I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? He never existed. He never had a world.
He's always been in the void.
He was born in the void. Yeah. He never got a chance to leave. You know? It's like, where are you before you're born? You know
that's
what I'm saying?
Crazy. That's that's the ether.
That's him.
That's the void. And and
using his accent as a joke was so good, bro. He was like, I don't know what you're saying.
Was it a convincing play of Gambit, in your opinion?
I think it was good. Yeah. I mean, he didn't do much. There's not much you could do. But like the accent was definitely bad. There's no doubt about it. But
the accent was
bad. But the way they use his power ability, I thought was great. I don't know if you watched the old X-Men movies. Gambit was in it. It was a different guy playing Gambit. And the way they did the cards, I freaking hated it. Because they made the cards almost fly in the air and he was kind of controlling it. I freaking hated it. I was like, that's not his power. He doesn't make things float.
Yeah.
He just charges it and throws it and they blow up.
So when he did
if you throw it,
you could do that.
Like a card, perfectly
that's
fine.
actually doable. I've seen it.
But he wasn't doing that. He was like kind of making them fly and stuff.
Yeah. Controlling them.
Yeah, that's not
that's not the power. He flicks them.
He kind of just throws them. So I thought that was great. And then even that's a fourth wall break when Deadpool, when Gambit's talking, Deadpool's like, who's your dialect coach? Because you use a dialect coach to be an actor. So imagine somebody's like, yo, if you talk to somebody who has an accent, who's that? You know what I'm saying? He's talking to us. That's a joke for us, not for within the universe.
He's like, you see this shit? They did not fucking prepare this nigga.
He's like, who's your dialect coach? The Minions? That's another one too. It's like he's throwing it out there for us.
That's good.
You know?
What a great. You think that'll be the only series that does that?
What, the fourth wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, because in the comics, that's what he does. In the comics, he knows he's in a comic book.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And he knows he's never gonna die.
Wow.
So that's why he does crazy stuff. He's like, I'm never gonna die. I'll heal forever.
Nigga said, Your tailor's a pervert, by the way.
Yeah, that's so good. No, he goes, your tailor's a predator.
Predator. So casually in there, you know. Just,
Because they kept the cutscene. They kept grabbing his butt and his balls.
we all sorry.
Yeah.
Like, gosh. Fuck. What else was I gonna say about the movie? Anything that you would have done differently that you didn't like?
So I would give it a 9 out of 10. The only reason why I don't say a complete 10, the storyline was a little convoluted, but because it was entertaining, it almost didn't matter. But the storyline, because I still like, okay, why did they even bother with him? What's the point of taking him? The TVA. Why did they take him? Do you remember?
Why did they take who?
Deadpool.
Why did they take him out?
Yeah, why did they take him out of his universe? Why did they bring him to the TVA in the first place? I don't even remember.
That's probably because the guy was saying that you were gonna fuck some shit up.
Yeah, but he was rogue TVA. He was doing something on the low. Remember, he built this thing on the low.
Right. So I think that maybe he saw that Deadpool would fuck up his rogue operation.
Maybe.
And decided to take him out.
Because he said, your universe is going to be destroyed. I'm going to destroy it anyway. But what's the point of taking... He could have just left him there and just destroyed the universe. No problem.
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah, I think it's because he might... my only assumption is that he saw that this nigga was going to fuck it up, so he took him out.
Yeah, but he didn't even know about it until they showed up. Then they found out. He didn't need to tell him anything. No information needed to go.
I could have left him and he could have just disappeared. No movie.
Exactly. But the movie, bro, it's a must-watch.
Yeah,
it's a must watch. You gotta watch it in the theater too.
I like the fact that they broke the whole social, the whole gay thing, the retarded thing, and
because he was like, he told Blade, he goes, "Aren't you retired?" He goes, "Retarded." Retarded. So good. Yo, and then apparently, when they made the Blade movies, the third one, Ryan Reynolds was in it. And apparently, Wesley Snipes didn't like Ryan Reynolds because he kept making jokes.
Oh, goofy.
So he didn't like him. So when Blade tells Deadpool, he goes, "I don't like you," and Deadpool was like, "You never did," because during that time they didn't like each other. And Wesley Snipes, there's an interview I watched too that he was like, "I haven't talked to this guy in 20 years," and he calls me, and he's like, "If I could get you to play Blade in the movie, would you do it?" He goes, "Disney would never let that happen. But yeah, if they do it, let me know."
I'm in.
And then sure enough, he's like, "I'm in the movie." They called me. He's like, "Yeah, they're in."
Bro. Again, good writing. Yeah. Despite that, and maybe now I'm curious to find out why they took him out of the TVA. So based on that, it's such a, the writing lately has been hard. The writing strike and the actor strike happened, and it's like, okay, and I think people are like genuinely fucking tired of the BS in politics and entertainment. People are like, can you just stop lying to us? We could handle the truth now. We understand before, you had to, just because of optics and shit, but just give us the truth. And I think that's why this movie's like so successful. A great fucking movie. Doom, Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom. Shocking. Definitely shocking. But because they chose Robert Downey Jr. makes me know right away he's not going to be the original Dr. Doom. It's going to be from another universe.
Okay. I want you to finish your thought.
Because
I heard some other shit.
We all know he died in the movie. In the regular universe, he's gone. So that means that the Tony Stark is going to be from another universe, that he becomes Dr. Doom instead of Iron Man.
Is that what happens in the comics?
Yeah, in the comics, there's a bunch of universes. Anything can happen, basically. Any character could be anybody.
Someone told me that's not Tony Stark's. And I was like, is that why he didn't have his classic beard? He was like, exactly why. He said, because that's actually Tony Stark's brother who becomes Dr. Doom. And I'm like, I gotta take this nigga with his word, because I didn't read the comics.
I don't know about that. No. But how they're gonna show? Unless they do him without taking his mask off, just to be the actor, then it doesn't matter. What universe he's from, because we never see his face anyway. He just keeps the mask on. Which technically, Doctor Doom, it's not a mask, it's a
And is this what they meant by bringing Iron Man back? No, this is bringing Downey back.
Yeah.
The actor.
They could bring Iron Man back, but it'll be a different actor. They try to do that with Ironheart. The girl that was Iron Man, she made her own Iron Man outfit, uniform. Whack. We'll see. Nobody likes her. Yeah, it's one of those try hard. It's the DEI.
I'm telling you, people are done with it. Even I think most of the people who were with it are like,
okay, can we just get a good movie, please?
It almost feels like that thing, like, oh, I voted for this guy. Okay, so own up to it. It's all right.
Yeah.
You didn't know he was gonna be an asshole. You thought in good conscience that we were gonna have a rising economy, that we were gonna have freedoms.
He voted for Biden, so.
I'm confessing. I'm holding up to my shit. That's a good one. So this Downey Doctor Doom thing, it's Marvel. It's a whole different other saga, right?
Yeah.
Do you expect any cross plays?
Yeah. Well, they're gonna come out with a Fantastic Four movie. I think they're gonna be very integral in that.
Because it was that way, right?
Yeah, because Doctor Doom comes from their universe.
Got it.
Remember, that's their main.
Right, that's the green guy.
So there's going to be some kind of. He must be Doctor Doom in their universe.
So that means we get Chris Evans.
We could get him back. I mean, we got back again from Fantastic Four, right? Chris Evans.
Right, and he was looking. This is what I'm saying. That was an AI. That was the.
That must have been no.
That was AI, nigga. Because that nigga's not looking that young.
No. Yeah,
he was looking crispy, nigga. I was like, oh shit.
But they had to bring it back to when he was young doing that movie.
That's what I'm saying. They did a little bit with Wolverine at certain points. Yeah. They did the same thing.
Hugh Jackman looked great too, by the way. Right?
That's what I'm saying. They
look great.
They look great. Like so. And then when you see them in the interviews, you saw Reynolds and Hugh Jackman in interviews. That's what told me. Of course, they use AI because they look old as shit.
It's funny because like when you watch those interviews, there was one where Hugh Jackman's like, "We're making this movie, we're doing all these things." He goes, "There's no way Disney's gonna let this slide. There's no way." And he's like, "They let him slide." Apparently, they were writing the script as they were doing the movie.
Wow.
They were changing things. And
that makes total sense.
They were like, we were changing things. We were sending it to Disney.
Does that change Disney's model?
I don't know.
Listen, if there's one thing we know about any company in America, it's about the money.
Yeah.
So DEI up my ass. This shit is raking in how much money?
I don't know. The last thing I saw is that it made $200 million for the first week. And then overseas, they made like $400 million. Insane.
How much did Deadpool 3 make so far? Bitch. How much did Deadpool 3 make so far?
He loves talking to the AI.
Here are some results from a search.
Bitch, just tell me. I can't read. 21 million.
21 million.
Opening
night.
211 million.
Yeah, I was like, all right.
20 million doesn't even cut the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Deadpool and Wolverine crossing 550 million globally as of 2 hours ago.
500 million?
550 million.
It's going to make $1 billion.
And it hasn't been 7 days yet.
It's going to make $1 billion.
It's going to touch the billion.
It's going to touch. Because why people keep showing up? Because everybody's talking about it. Oh my God, you got to go watch this movie.
What's this reference of Deadpool seeing himself dying and Thor crying over him?
They don't talk about it. That's going to happen. In like,
you saw how happy your face got?
That's going to happen 5 movies from now. That's what's going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that scene in the Secret Wars.
So is it fair to say that scene is modeling up to the scene of Iron Man dying or Captain America dying?
I don't know. I guess, I don't know.
We're like, I can't believe Deadpool is fucking dead. But they, they finally...
But also the TVA guy was like, don't watch that. That's going to happen in a bunch of years from now.
Yeah. So they're three... What a great...
It's going to be great to see him interact with Thor. because
That's never happened, right?
No, Thor over the movies he's changed as a character.
Yeah.
You know, especially the last few movies, he's been joking around a lot.
Yeah,
So
he was that fat guy with the dad bod, and
so it's gonna be great to see him interact with Deadpool in the movie. That's gonna be so good.
So how does Deadpool know about Thor if they never met?
He shouldn't even know about him.
That's the fourth wall situation.
God of Thunder. That's how he wakes
It
up.
makes it makes it feel like Redo's the main character of the story is watching the movie with us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is a great way of writing it. So when does Doctor Doom come out? They didn't say.
No, they don't say. He probably hasn't even started filming yet. They just announced him.
Just announced.
Because they had to get rid of the last guy. Remember the black guy? I forgot his name. He was playing Kang the Conqueror.
I can't see the face.
He had hit his girl, something like that.
Yeah.
So Marvel's like, we gotta figure a different bad guy now, which sucks. Cause I'd have been like, I mean, me personally, like, I don't care if he beat the crap out of her. This is a movie. We're not talking about his personal life.
This is business, not pleasure.
Yeah. I don't care what he does in his personal life.
Where's HR?
Yeah, who cares? Put him in the movie. I would have loved to watch that. You know what I'm saying?
That's part of that diversity shit.
No, I don't know. I don't know if it's diversity.
By taking him out, like, oh, we can't.
Yeah, because they don't want to be associated with an abuser.
Yeah,
but apparently he didn't hit her. Apparently he was trying to defend himself and he kind of pushed her.
And she was chasing him.
Yeah. Anyway, but in the comics, King the Conqueror is a descendant of. We don't know if he's a descendant of Reed Richards, which is from the Fantastic Four, or Doctor Doom. Nobody knows. He's one of their descendants.
We'll find
Because
out.
his last name in the comic, I forget what his real name is. Something Richards. So he got the same last name as the guy from the Fantastic Four. But we don't know. This is ambiguous.
Favorite part of the movie?
Oh man, that's rough.
That's so rough, right?
Yeah, there's so many good parts.
And the fact that they had the monuments of 20th Century Fox and fucking
Yeah.
the other one, that was great. Such great. I will watch it again.
I was just telling one of the guys at work, I was like, if you go, let me know. I'll go with you.
I need a reason.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard, man. There's so many good parts. It's hard to pick one. You know what I'm saying? I think my biggest reaction was when Blade came out. So I'm probably going to say when Blade. Again, it's one of my favorite characters. He's such a great. He just fights. You know what I'm saying? He's just like Deadpool and Wolverine.
In that you could think back in your life, how many times have you seen that audience while out on a movie?
Once.
What movie?
Not once. One movie, because it happened maybe twice in the same movie. Was when Captain America picks up Thor's hammer. That's when everybody went nuts in the movie theater.
Wow, that's right. That's a good one to point out, actually.
And what was the other part? There was another part in that movie. Oh God, I can't remember. I was just thinking about it. But that's probably the biggest reaction.
So only one other movie.
That's it.
That
And it was a Marvel movie.
And it was the same franchise.
Yeah. I can't think of any other movie where people just, oh my God, like they were freaking out.
Okay. I could think of, that's actually a good one, so I'm going to have to borrow that one. But in movies that I've seen, I think of Joker for some reason. Remember when we went to go see Joker?
Joker? I didn't know we to watch Joker.
Did you come with us?
No.
It's a bunch of us from church. Danny, bunch of us. We went.
I watched it. I watched it at home. I got it from HBO.
Okay, so we watched it in the theater, and the reaction was, it was still an exaggerative reaction, but in the negative. Like, what the fuck? This is so sick. It was like people were like pissed off, and I was like, "This is
what part?"
Like all the twisted parts.
Oh yeah, because he's crazy.
Yeah, because he's crazy. People, and that's exactly like that part where he's laughing. The first scene where he's laughing. While I'm watching that scene, I'm thinking to myself, "This took mad fucking focus and cut." Like if he did this shit in one shot, this nigga deserves an award.
Yeah.
Because think about having a camera in your grill and you're just
fucking laughing.
Like, you know what I mean? And you're selling it? Like, bro, this was... But people were like, what the... It was... And there was a few scenes of, like, a murder scene. Some shit that he did, people were, like, wilding out. But, like, wilding out.
Probably was on the talk show. And he shoots the freaking...
Probably. I mean, when I saw the laughing scene, I had the reverse reaction of these people. They were upset. I was like, this is fucking genius. They sold me. I was like, they got the Joker. This is the evilest, like darkest Joker you could.
And it's crazy because the Joker has been played by such good characters over the years, right?
Like they got that.
I hope they keep this Joker and somehow make a universe around with him involved.
Yeah, where he's good.
Not that he's good, but he's part of the next Batman. He fights Batman or something. You know.
And you saw the preview of the, being that we're in these universes. You saw the preview of the new Joker movie. What did you think?
Yeah.
Lady
Good.
Gaga.
Yeah, good. Excited.
She sells it.
I don't know.
It's always hard for me to see people cross.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You know, when you cross, it's like, you know, it's tough. But I haven't seen Lady Gaga in American Horror Story. She did a whole series.
I didn't watch it. No.
I didn't watch it either.
I've never watched any of those episodes.
I have watched probably the first season ever, and then I was like, wait, it's the same actors playing different people? I'm good.
Oh, really?
Cut.
Oh, okay.
Cut. That's where it died for me. But I like the writing. I like the idea. Like short little, you know, it was like a saga, but within the way they did it was great. But I never saw her season. But I heard not bad things. So I'm like,
I heard the same thing. She did a movie with somebody else, and I heard it was good too. A singing movie.
Yeah.
I heard it was good. I never watched it. I don't even know the movie.
So to me, it's like if she's able to pull off Horror Story and not get flack on it, then maybe she could do the Joker thing. And looking at the previews, I'm like, she looks like a sick bitch.
And how bad could it be if she's acting with Joaquin Phoenix? You know what I'm saying? He's gonna save her, even if she messes up.
He's gonna carry that
Yeah,
shit.
he's gonna carry it.
All right.
Go watch Deadpool, people.
Yeah, give him more money.
Let us know what you think.
Peace.